Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Let's talk about BBCan9. We are into post-fake double eviction land.
Over. Done. We are going into a real Final Four now.
Right.
And then next week's the finale. I can't believe this is it. This is
I know.
Crazy.
It's almost over.
But first, if you're new to this channel, click subscribe, please. I don't know, hang out with us. Give this video a like.
Yes, if you want. Check the description. There's a link for Patreon. You can support us there. So many things for you to do.
What are you at? Oh, we saw Tina tonight.
What are you at? Yeah.
So,
we did. She had a blowout,
sweet.
fresh blowout, Tina.
Oh my gosh. Hello with the straight hair. Looking good. She's feeling herself out in the wilderness. She's like, This is it. All right. So let's go. We're going to recap Wednesday's episode, Thursday episode, and get into this. Yep. We didn't have the feeds all weekend. So Monday was the first time that we learned Brayden was the HOH.
Yes. And post Monday's episode, like we're sort of like cramming everything now into Wednesday because of the delay of everything. So Wednesday's noms and veto. But the beginning of Wednesday is kind of all about Ty and Brayden and, you know, how Ty has been positioning himself with Brayden. And we get little bits of Kiefer saying like, you know, you could really have an influence here, Ty, on Brayden's HOH. Like, you're not going to necessarily run it, but you could be that voice in the room. And Ty's like, you know, I can, because I have been massaging Brayden all season long. And he's my final two. So.
Well, don't tell Kiefer that, because Kiefer's also his final two. But apparently this one might be real. The Brayden one might be real. So Brayden takes Kiefer to Wendy's, which is interesting. I'm always confused by the choices of who to take to Wendy's, because they seem to take someone they're going to nominate this season, at least. Like, obviously I can't compare to other seasons, but the HOH always takes one of their noms to Wendy's to like
I haven't been tracking that.
Yeah, because I'm like, why are you not taking your friends? I'm so confused.
I thought it was always someone on slop and they were like doing it as a favor.
I don't think it always worked out that way, but that probably is nice to do that.
Yeah.
But so maybe I wondered if Brayden actually was considering putting Kiefer up. Again, we didn't have feeds, so I do not know what his motivation was for taking Kiefer. Kiefer was on slop, though, so it was very nice of him to do so. But they both agree that Beth should go.
This is, you know, Kiefer's taken this opportunity to say, Beth's gonna go. I mean, this whole week is kind of like, let's just fix our mistake. Like, we shouldn't have gotten Tara out. It really should have been Beth. And so, you know, they have swung that target right around on Beth. And, you know, Kiefer's doing his part here. Whereas Ty can kind of like talk to Brayden whenever he wants. Give him a little back massage, whisper in his ear. It's time to go after Beth, you know. But Kiefer's like, okay, Wendy's is my time to put in the work.
Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. That makes, I would imagine you take your friends sometimes. But this season, they were like, I'm going to take this person who I don't get along with before I put them on the block.
For sure. Now, Beth is also pitching. She is saying, Brayden, you should put Kiefer and Tara on the block.
Sure.
Because that's going to keep Ty safe. Because if I win the veto, I'm not going to change the noms. And, you know, you really care about Kiefer might. Exactly. So you might have to put Deshauna if, you know, you're not careful.
And that would be dangerous. They'd just vote Ty out. Like, you can't do that. That's scary. On your HOH. Oh. And bless her. Bless her. She's trying.
Bless her. She's trying.
Something. She always has a thought, an idea. Every time someone's an HOH, because she assumes she should run their HOH, no matter who it is. Does not matter.
No.
But she'll let them know how to do it.
And I couldn't help but think of you, Sarah, when, you know, we get the soundbite from Brayden in the confessional. And he's like, Beth is, you know, making a point here. And I was like, yeah, right. I'm like trying to like No, because you're so good at pointing out when production is just like pulling sound bites out of people in the diary room. So I was like, I don't believe that Brayden believes that Beth is making a good point here.
Yeah, it's much tougher when you don't have feeds to back it up. But yeah, in that moment, Brayden's like all of a sudden like, what a good point. You're like, you didn't say that, Brayden.
Right.
They made you say that. But we do get, we also get information from Ty here where he does acknowledge I am purposely making an emotional connection with Brayden, but I do want to go to final 2 with him because I think I beat him. And that does make sense to me. I don't know that he beats Brayden, but.
Well, especially now. I mean, Brayden's coming alive in this competition. So.
But he has a better odds than beating Kiefer. Like, good luck beating Kiefer. So I agree with that final 2. But yeah, Beth's favorite strategy when she controls somebody's HOH is if you lose me, woo, you're in trouble.
Oh boy.
Yikes. Oh, I'm your only ally.
My God. That's right.
You need me. Like, these are her favorite phrases.
I am so important for your game.
Yeah. Doesn't always work.
Well,
okay.
Doesn't work. Exactly. Because Brayden makes his nominations and they are Beth and Tara. And so, we're getting a little bit of deja vu. Like, nothing has changed. They are
Tried it once. Gonna do it again.
We're going to make this work this time. It will stick. But maybe the other way around. And Tara's a little bit pissed, post-nomination ceremony. Because of what Brayden said, right? Like the reasoning that he put her on the block.
Now, I loved his reasoning. I thought his little speech was great. He said, Tara, you told me I would never, see the block, yet
and I did.
Yeah. And Beth, you wanted to backdoor me. So here you go. Like, hello, you can't argue with these points. These are solid points, guys.
Yeah.
And Tara is offended. I understand it's hard to be on the block, Tara, but like, you did not put Ty up on the block. You put Brayden on the block last week.
Right.
Okay.
And she's mad because she's like, it wasn't my idea, Brayden. It was Ty's idea. And it's like, that really doesn't matter because you're the one who did it, Tara. So.
Exactly. Yes. You made the choice to, throw caution to the wind, to do the risk of putting Brayden up there instead. Like, you could have just put Ty up and been like, hey, you guys vote out whoever you want.
Yeah.
But I'm going to cover my butt and put Ty up there. But you didn't. You risked Brayden's game. So, he can easily be like, girl, you ain't my target. But like, I needed someone else to go up there. So here we are.
Yes. Right. And now Beth is also plenty mad.
She also doesn't like this.
She's not thrilled to be on the block again. And she is pretty much yelling at Ty and Kiefer for pinning the Brayden plan on her. And she's like, how dare you do this to me? When she doesn't want the move to be hers, it's not her move. But otherwise, it's definitely her move.
They're all her moves. Yeah, until she's ready for it to not be her move. But it's interesting here because she thought they were working together, right? All last week, she thought they were making these plans together. So she legitimately thinks that they have thrown her under the bus and are blaming things on her, which is true because they had a whole other plan and weren't working with her. She doesn't have that big picture. So she's like, you guys are just blaming it on me when it's a group. And they're like, nope, we weren't actually in on it. Nope. And she's like, lies. You're all liars. When they're like, nope, we weren't in on it. And we told people what you were doing. And we weren't in on it. So your game blown up. Yeeks.
But my favorite part of this is that Tara's just like on the couch, like listening, overhearing. And she like looks at Brayden and she's like, well, this is good for me.
Not bad for me. Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of eavesdropping in these 2 episodes because there was also a lot of yelling.
Yes. Messy, this house. They are so messy.
Yeah. Is this when Beth yelled, I've been working on Brayden this entire game? And I was
yelling it.
I was like, yes, but so have Kiefer and Ty. Yeah,
you're not the only one playing.
She legitimately thinks what she did in the game was the only gameplay.
Yeah, right.
Like she has spent so many weeks being like, Brayden's not doing anything. just because Brayden wasn't working with her. Like, it's like, oh, but honey, so were other people, and Brayden chose them.
You just got outplayed. Like, that's really what's happened here. But then we move on to veto. Now, I know this happened last week as well when Ty was the HOH and he got to play veto. We're seeing Brayden get to play veto here as well as the HOH. But this is just like weirdly inconsistent for me. Like, why are they now deciding that the HOH needs to play? I mean, I know that we're down to 5 and there need to be 5 people playing veto, but like, why do there need to be 5 people playing veto? Why
are you putting so much thought into this, David?
I don't know. I'm just like, if you're going to make it a thing that the HOH can't play in the veto, let's just acknowledge somehow that now we've reached the point in the game where I don't know. I'm like, this is weird that it's just a flip and we're not even going to talk about it.
Well, we don't really talk about it other than like, Brayden says, and now that it's down to this many people, I get to play, even though I'm HOH, I get to play in the veto. Like, that's it. We get a soundbite.
I guess that's enough.
That's enough. Fine. Now we have an HOH playing in the veto.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me because I would like the HOH to be able to play in the veto. It's
me too.
That they don't.
So I guess maybe what I'm looking for is like, why do they not let the HOH play earlier? Maybe that's my issue.
Okay. Let's write a comment card. We'll send in a letter, a complaint.
Put some extra postage on that so it makes it to Canada. And happy reading, Arissa.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Arissa. Okay. I thought this was a cute. I mean, we've seen this comp in Survivor. I saw it in Big Brother Australia. Like, this is a thing where we're going to add a ball over time. We're going to add a ball. But I thought it was really cute because it was like arcade style.
Pinball, right. Yeah, it was fun. And, it's all about timing and dropping the balls at the right moment and all of this. And Tara, unfortunately, is the first out. I really thought Kiefer was going to be the first out because he just kept talking about like, I can't get up these stairs and oh boy, it's too physical for me. But then Tara just had the timing completely wrong.
Yeah.
And she's out first. But Kiefer was like pretty quickly behind her out.
Yeah, he seemed like it's so easy to just like panic. As soon as you're like, oh my God, I got to add an extra ball, that you don't stay calm and pay attention to your timing and do it strategically. Sometimes you just get caught up and then you're screwed when your timing's off. So Tara's out first. After they've added their third ball, then Kiefer, and then pretty quickly Beth as well. And so we're down to Brayden and Ty, and both your noms are out. So whatever.
Who cares? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And especially with these two who are at this point a pretty solid final 2 alliance. But shockingly, Brayden wins. I really was not expecting that because there was all this talk, during the competition from Ty about like, I'm the number 1 physical threat now. Jedson's gone. Watch out for me. And then Brayden beats him.
I love that Ty is the physical threat. They've been saying it all season long, and he has won very little.
Where are the results here to back this up? Like, I get it that you have muscles, but that is not translating to wins. So that doesn't make you a physical threat, actually.
It's not. I know that you're athletic. I know you're competitive. But if you're not winning, you are not an actual comp threat. So
yeah, right.
You're going to have to step that up.
Yeah, let's like reframe things here. Yeah.
But I feel like Brayden is actually really smart. I think he thinks things through. Yeah. And I think he was really paying attention to these balls and like had a strategy.
He was paying attention to those balls, Sarah. You are right.
Right on past that to the fact that Brayden now has this veto. This is 3 comps in a row.
Yes.
And so Beth has got a pitch, Mr. Veto winner. Let's go.
And again, listen, credit to her for trying. Okay. Yes. Like, she tries a lot this week. She tries many different things. In fact, you might say too many. But here she's trying to pitch Kiefer as a backdoor. She's got to like cling on to somebody as a bigger threat than her, and like you're missing it, people. Like, I know, I get it. Like, whatever, maybe I goofed, maybe I played a good game, but like Kiefer's the real threat. You got to get Kiefer out. And so she's trying, but it's just kind of falling on deaf ears. They're pretty set on her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We get like one little moment where he's like, I don't know, maybe my gut is saying Kiefer. And I'm like, what is it, Brayden? I don't know, because the feeds were down. I don't really know his thought process during this. Was he convinced that it should be Beth? Because I don't think so, because last week Ty wanted to save Beth. So I think Kiefer and Brayden legitimately wanted to get Beth out because she's untrustworthy. And yes, Kiefer is a threat to win the game. So her pitch is accurate. He is the big one to get out, make a big move. This is good for your resume. That is all true. But Beth has snaked people left and right, got caught up in lies left and right. So even though you're not like the big like threat to win the game, you're not to be trusted.
You're not to be trusted. And I think that is why everyone is like pretty laser focused here, because they're just like, I don't know what you're going to do. You say that you're going to do this thing if you stay in the house. You say you're going to bring me to this, I'm guaranteed safety until here. But like, we all know we can't trust you at all.
That's the thing. A sketchy person is dangerous in the house.
Yeah, that's right.
You just don't know. So we get to the veto ceremony. He does not use it, obviously. And like Beth's face legit changes. I just think she thought she was coming down.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Beth. You were not coming down. And I loved Brayden's speech of like, I want to let y'all know that when I make a decision, I'm going to stick to it. Okay.
Yep.
Some of you can't do that, but I can.
Follow through. Yeah. I was like, oh, he's talking to a couple of y'all. For sure. Okay, so tonight's episode, Thursday eviction episode. Beth upset.
She's upset. She cannot understand why are these people not backdooring Kiefer, and it's like, well, Beth, it's because Kiefer has played a better game than you have. And even though he is a big threat, people feel like they can still trust him with their game. So that's why they're not back.
Yes. Well, that is some end of podcast, y'all. Summed it up better than half the recappers I've watched. That's it. Kiefer played circles around Gio, and everyone feels so comfortable with him, even though they know he can probably win the whole game.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, she kind of goes from like super heated and angry to like, okay, I get it. To super heated and angry. Like
to crying, to super heated and angry, to like.
Yeah. Now we've seen people flippity flop this whole season. If she had picked a path, whether it's to Ty or to Kiefer, pick a path and be like, look, I promise to take you to final 2. I will throw the next HOH to you. Like, whatever. Come up with a deal, Beth. Pick a path and go for it.
Yeah.
But instead, we see her try Ty. That doesn't go well because she's super heated. They get in a fight.
Yeah. They end up yelling at each other. And he very rightly is like, is this your campaign?
Yes.
For me to save you? Because it
ain't working.
This is a bad campaigin.
It ain't working. And then she like storms off and is like, way to float through the season. And he's like, have fun in jury, Beth.
Yeah.
I was like, what are y'all siblings?
And he comes in for his like dinner date with Brayden and he's like, sorry, boo, I got heated out there.
Like, okay. So then she pivots and she's like, okay, I'll go to Kiefer. And then she's like, Kiefer, got you. Oh, final 2 right here. Just me. Everyone else, no one gonna take you. Like, it's like, well, now you're just saying the same thing.
It's a
and
mess.
Once again, who can trust you?
Yeah. Well, and then she's also like calming down from the Ty situation, coming to Ty again with a completely different pitch of you can beat me in the end. Okay. Like I know that I was yelling at you very publicly in the kitchen. However, you want me in the game because you want to take me to the final 2 and you can beat me in the final 2. And he's like, right. But everybody wants to take you to the final 2 now. And that's not good for me.
That was a very good point, Ty.
Yeah.
That was a very good point.
Yeah. And then when she's pitching Kiefer, he's like, hey, Beth, do you remember when you tried to have me backdoored? Like that was this week. And she's like,
and she was like, wait, which time? She was like, I've done it a few. So which one are you alluding to? He's like, I mean, like 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yesterday? like right now. And she's
I
like,
know.
oh, come on.
It's
You're
so
holding that
messy.
against me? Come
Her
on.
game is so messy, but like it's fun to see her scramble at least.
Yeah. And there were some times on the feeds that like they didn't show in this episode, but where she would be like, whatever, the past is the past. Don't worry about it. Like every time they like trap her and something, she's like, don't worry about it. Let's move forward. And you're like, again, no one wants to move forward with you when you're caught in all these lies. Oh,
right.
Boy. Yeah.
Now, then we get this raccoon segment. And I feel like this raccoon segment was like setting the BB Twitter on fire when the feeds came back. Because they were like, this is
literally
what they brought the feeds back for. And like everyone's like eyes were twitching. And I also was kind of like, rough. Why are we doing this?
Yeah. Well, it was nice that they got like a feast or whatever, especially that the have-nots could do it. But
yeah,
it's just an ad. We don't care about this.
Right.
I mean, they did make it cute. Like the popping up with the raccoons, like fine. They made a cute little edit out of it. Should have been half the length. But yeah, to have the feeds off for like whatever, 5 days and then come back while two people are just sitting outside counting raccoons, you just are like, oh, what has happened? We've all lost the plot. What show is this?
Yeah.
Yes. So weird. Okay, is this when Beth circles back with Ty and we get the last fight?
No. First, it's the jury segment. Jedson shows up to the jury house. Again, Tina's got her blowout. She looks great. Victoria and Rohan, they're all fishing or something. I don't know. They're just having a nice time in the wilderness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But this jury segment I actually liked because Jed shows up, gives them the info, and they're all shocked at this, like, well, A, that he's there, B, that he used the veto on Beth and not himself, C, that there was a double eviction, but then it was fake, and then, like, he had to battle Tara, and then that Tara beat him. Like, it was a series of shocking revelations.
A lot of information he threw at them. And then I forgot that he had, because he's like, and I want veto. And they're like, oh my God, yes. Wait, why are you here?
Wait, why are you here?
I had forgot that tidbit of information. I was like, yeah, tell me why you're there, Jed. And he's all like, I did the greatest move ever. I took Beth down. Oh, but they snaked me. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and then they like watch the footage. We actually get to see them watching it on the projector outside. That's kind of cool. So this was like a more worthwhile jury segment.
Yes. Did you notice that the part when Jed is evicted, you know, it was very sad. Everyone's crying. And Vic is like, this is so hard to watch. Literally popcorn.
Relishing watching this.
I was like, is it so hard? Is it? Loving it.
Yes. Then there's like a quick little beat where Beth and Tara are talking in the bedroom, and Beth is like, here's what all the memory challenges are going to be. And Kiefer's like, why are you telling her this? And she's like, well, because I'm going to go home. And he's like, you don't know that. And then Tara's like, why would he say that? Why would he say that you don't know if you're going to go home? Like Tara's just, flies off the handle at any opportunity. But here we are again.
I mean, it is really like, you're like, Kiefer, she's in the room. What are you doing?
There. Yeah, I know.
She's right there. But Beth is like, I knew everything. I know it. I'm so mad I'm leaving. And Kiefer's like, it's really not smart to tell us this. Like, you should really play this down, dude.
Shut up.
Did you want to try to stay? What he's saying is like, did you want to pitch and like try to stay? Because this is not the pitch.
No,
girl.
It's not. Yes.
Oh, you're going to beat us all? Okay, no. We're evicting you.
Yeah. And then let's talk about what else is not the pitch. Her trying to call Ty out in front of Brayden about he's using Brayden. He's right next to him on the couch.
Brayden is here in this conversation. It started with a, hey, you two. And then it totally just turned to Ty. And David, I don't know if you saw the real clip. It's on the internets. But they cut out the real stuff.
What?
So she starts to allude that like, you've been playing Brayden, right? And he's like, no, I wouldn't. And she was like, oh, so you're saying you didn't share a bed with him and do things with him that you didn't want to do for the game? Like she says it, boom, feeds cut.
Whoa.
And it's like, it was gross. It was really, really gross. And she like, she went there, she crossed the line. She got really mad. She forgot she was playing a game. and she said the things that she shouldn't have said.
Okay, but I mean, Ty did do those things, right?
Well, he didn't get sexually assaulted. Like, she alludes to like Braden assaulting him and it like not be consensual. And so like, let's just be clear.
Yes.
Ty is having an emotional connection with Braden for game, but I would argue Beth did the same thing with Ty and Jed.
Sure, yeah, true.
For game. Like, that's what you do, and you build showmances, you build bromances.
Relationships. Yeah.
That's what you do for the game. So to me, it's no different. But to make it sound like one of them is a predator and one of them is like letting it happen for game is gross.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Yes, that is gross. But again, it's just like, are you trying to stay here? Like, is that the point of this conversation? Because it feels like that's where it started, and then it doesn't end that way. Yeah.
She forgot that she was trying to pitch to stay, and it turns ugly. And that's when you see Braden go, well, that's awkward. And he gets up and walks away.
That was uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable for all of us. Yeah. That's gross. So we finally get to the votes. Yeah. At this point.
We do. And not surprisingly, Beth is out 2-0. Oh God, Sarah, does she love everybody though? Group hug. Bring it in. Love you all so much. I'm like, this is too chaotic for me. Like, I'm exhausted by all of the insane mood swings that have happened over the past just hour, not to mention like the whole week.
Yeah.
So please get out, but she's like just so grateful for the opportunity. She loves Big Brother and she is on the way out the door.
Still screaming. And I loved at the top of this that Big Brother was like, and Beth is still screaming. I was like, even Big Brother putting it in the edit. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
She is. She gets out, and I liked that Arissa was like, what was your mistake? And she said, not getting Kiefer out. And that's true. That is where her game took a nosedive, is when she backed off of Kiefer being evicted on Jed's HOH. And then Arissa's like, is that the only thing you did wrong? And she's like,
Arissa's like, go to the jury house and think about what you've done.
You did a couple things. You did.
Yeah, but they just, they kind of fixed their mistake here. They saved Tara this time and they got Beth out, and she was the bigger threat. So I'm sorry for you, Sarah, because you're no longer # left with Beth. That's just
left with no one.
Yeah, same. You and me both.
Yeah, luckily you have all of those points, though.
Yeah, not enough, though. Jolene's going to win.
Probably. Jolene, yeah. But, yeah, we got no one. We got no one in our drafts anymore. We stunk it up. It up, David. Okay, so this HOH starts, and like the poo-poos they are, doesn't finish. So we do not know who HOH is.
This was so complicated. I was just listening. I was like, what? Because we're going to show you cards of who played in the veto together. And then you have to tell me not even like who won that veto, but who was evicted at that eviction after that veto competition. I'm like, whoa, this is like 3 different things you have to think about here.
Yeah, don't tell me the veto that it was that they all played together.
Yeah.
Think then who was someone taken off the block? Who were the nominee? Like, there's so many things you have to think about with this. I mean, I love it. I'm here for it. Great game, but so complicated. We only get to see one question, and Ty gets it pretty quickly.
Okay, Ty. Remember, there are 5 people in every veto. Ty rang in after 3 people were thrown up on this veto, and he got it right. So he knows his stuff. And I imagine that that's going to be hard to beat.
Well, Braden's not playing, so it's only Tara, Ty, Kiefer. Yeah. So this is interesting. I mean, people ask like who you want to win, and I'm like, honestly, I'll take any of them. I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be fun.
It certainly is going to be fun. And this is one of those, like, we're down to the final 4. So it really is like mostly about who wins veto at this point, right? Like, somebody's going to be HOH, but like the real power comes from who gets the veto, because then that person determines who is going to be that single vote to evict, you know? So,
yep, veto's super important. And then obviously whoever wins this HOH can still win the next HOH. Like this is the one that they can play again. So this is the one that Kiefer wants to win 4 and 3. We'll see if he can actually pull it out. He's been a little mopey, saying, you guys are going to vote me out. I'm the next big target. You guys are going to vote me out. But he's done this a lot this season. Like he uses that as strategy, being mopey. And it works. Like he gaslights these people and like does a little bit of what's it called? The opposite psychology.
Reverse psychology.
Thank you. Opposite. You get it. Anyway, he does a lot of reverse psychology that works on them. Like, you know, he'll be like, you guys are just gonna vote me out, and then they don't. So I don't know if he's actually, because part of that is like, I haven't won anything so long. And I'm like, because you're throwing things. So I'm not buying what this mopey thing, but we'll see. We'll see if he can actually win. Yeah. See what he might actually do.
Now we'll probably find out over the weekend, right? Because the feeds are going to come back. They're not going to have the feeds off again all weekend.
Right. They're coming back at 1 a.m. Eastern tonight. So that's 10 p.m. for us. So we'll know HOH tonight for sure.
Right.
But I do hear that Canada goes down probably like sometime next week, like for date. Like we don't get the last few days.
Got it. Okay.
Is what I've heard.
Yes. And the schedule next week is what it is, right?
So so we have a Monday night episode like usual for BB. There's a Wednesday night episode like usual. And then the finale should be Thursday night.
Yeah.
Arissa said it's a 2-hour finale next Thursday. So I don't know if that starts at 8 or 9. Hopefully 8. And then we can just go live right afterwards.
Yes, that would be great.
We'll
figure that out. We'll keep you guys posted on that.
So if you are subscribed, you will figure it out with us. We will let you know. Those are all Eastern times anyway. So if it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, it's, we're early. Anyway, you guys get it.
You get it.
You get it. So we're down to our final 4. We've got a lot of game to play in 1 week, and then it's over.
I know. It feels like it's not. I mean, it always kind of sneaks up, but I'm like, oh man, it's already done this season.
It's a little bit shorter than US.
It is shorter.
I think
it's like 30 days shorter, right?
It catches us off guard. We're like, wait, it's already?
Yeah.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
You guys, thank you so much for joining us live in the chat. We super, super appreciate all your feedback and commentary.
We do. And if you're joining us later, leave us a comment and let us know how you feel about Beth going home and who you want to win HOH this coming week. And what do you think their plans are going to be? Who are they going to nominate?
Yes.
Let us know what you think.
Yes, absolutely. And let's see, Saturday morning, David and I will be back for The Circle, 10 a.m. Pacific.
That's right.
Tomorrow, I'll be over on Jolene's channel to talk about the new HOH, whatever live feeds we get, who they might be nominating. And then next week, we got all the finale stuff for you guys.
Oh, so many finales.
That's right. We will see you then.
Okay, bye.